Here's the start of my mini talk. It's going to shit in my house right now, in the sense of the kids are having a really hard time. Zooming out, I'm not sharing about my kids, right? I'm sharing about a dynamic. And one of them was really struggling because of how tired she was. She was on a trip with her family and late because it was important to spend time. But the outcome was she was really tired. And so while I was sitting with her, because I was able to rest, actually, like fully rest, as I'm thinking about ways that I've been kind of slapping things together in my life for survival, I've been slowly piecing it out and figuring out what's been going on. I was a lot more grounded than I have been in a long time. And so I was able to sit with her. So zooming out, we are in a moment, right, that everyone is stressed out. Finances, end of school, which is for parents, a lot of the childcare, right? Deliverables at work when there's lots of layoffs going on, as AI is coming fully on board and very quickly, a lot of people are struggling. What's interesting is because I was in my functional adult and with capacity, because I've been prioritizing my rest, like real rest, okay? I was able to same size her struggle. I hate school. It's so, you know what? This is a very normal feeling. I was able to center her struggle. And I was able to keep mine at same size. Okay. So for a lot of families, which makes sense, the kids' need, right, is smaller because the parents are trying to make ends meet. You just need to get on the bus. You just need to get to school. You just need to do your thing. What is wrong with you? And the kids feeling like this, even though on some level the kid knows, right? So zooming out, we're here to look at dynamics. When it's not in same size, what happens, what behaviors happen, how we view things, how it happens, okay? So if you're in constant stress, you are going to be bouncing between this, get on the fucking bus now, or this. Oh my gosh, what have I done to my kids that they cannot handle this level of stress? Okay, that bounces back and forth because you're in threat response. You view everything as a threat, your kids' emotions as a threat that I can't handle because I didn't know how to manage the emotions because my caregiver didn't have it and their caregiver didn't have it. And so the adaptation is defensiveness, aggression, control, or buckling, letting them, get the thing that they want, but it's not what they need. What everyone needs is attunement and connection. The research I'm going to bring back. They separated a baby monkey from a mama monkey in infancy. Horrible research, and I'm still going to use the data, which is they put up options for the baby monkey. One had milk, and the other one had no milk but was soft. The baby monkey picked the soft monkey that had no food. We are wired to connect, to bring comfort to one another, to attune, to remind one another you're not alone. We are wired for that. And we forget because of all the other stuff that we have to think about, which is the milk, the money, the gadgets, the productivity, the success, right? So does that make sense, what I'm trying to say? I am not in any way minimizing the financial stress that people are under. In no way am I minimizing it, okay? I'm just trying to put it in context. So my administrative staff are in the Philippines and I pay them directly. And according to the research, I pay them well, okay? They had a earthquake recently, and it activates their nervous system response, which makes sense, right? The Philippines is a land that's been colonized so many times. These are people who are, not all of them, many people in certain places that are extracted from learn to be slaves, quote unquote, for low wages. Okay? Their complete schedule is upturned to be able to serve folks in the US or different parts of the world, right? They've completely adapted their sleep schedule because they need to. So here I am stressed about like what's going to happen in July and la la la. Well, I work with someone who's literally worried about their life because of the earthquake, right? Should I drop into shame that I'm stressed about that? No, but it gives me perspective, right? Should I put my child into shame that she feels like her life is ending because she has to go to work or to school? That's not a slip. It was a Freudian slip, right? She's like, this is the worst thing. This is what you're teaching me to do for work. Do I shrink her down in size because she doesn't understand the level of stress? No. She understands the level of stress. She's just telling us this is not okay, which I'm saying, I know it's not okay. And what are we going to do about it? Right. And so the main thing is here, don't shirk responsibility. Don't minimize the power that you have for the space that you're in. Oppression Olympics. It's not helpful. Everyone is in a situation that is hard right now. And the thing is, how do we stay regulated as much as possible so we can show up in our softness with healthy boundaries and communicating in a way that demonstrates patience and capacity for understanding the other person? How do we show up for ourselves that way, for those with less power that way, and for those with more power that way? Okay? We don't shrink down and we don't expand our circle size. We show up in same size and listen and do what we can. No more and no less, knowing that we are all connected. It's looking for the dynamic and understanding, what is this data telling me? How can I show up in my life that I stay in my humanity, in my heart? Not blaming the system, not blaming your boss, not blaming the wealthy. There is guilt, okay? But you have certain things that you can do in your life. And that's what we're here to do, is to find those things so you can activate it and you can keep moving forward, excavating, not too much, right? But taking off the stuff that's causing more stress than you need. Just because you slapped it on in a moment of crisis doesn't mean you need to continue it. Okay? But for you to see what's not working, you do have to stop building. You do have to stop running. You need to pause and go, is this the thing? Right? I recently read something. It was like, there's a phase of sitting on the roof. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just sitting on the roof and just going, that interesting, right? Oh, that's interesting. I'm just trying to see and collect all of the bits and put something together that actually fits for me, not for others. So in case anyone's like comparing, like maybe I should take a month off, or why, or don't. You stay in your lane, stay in your boundary. Your job is to figure out you and the life you want to live. And then when you know your intention, the life you want to live, then you know what you need to build for it, okay? The thing is, you want to question what you think you want. If it's a life of luxury and all those other things, because that's what we saw on social media, you want to question, is that really what you want? Or is that the marketing that says that's true freedom? Okay? So this is the space where we question and we harvest and we nourish one another. That is the end of my mini talk. Everyone take a sip.